I am going to check one more system here, and if I don't find what I'm looking for, I will fly to the ones that you listed in that message.
Yeah,
Jumping progress.
Because I'm right next to the fucking engineer, and I don't want to have to fly all the way over there and then fly all the way the fuck
Wait,
back.
what?
You are now in Alliance space.
Oh.
This is your second visit to this system. LHS 5307 is an independent corporate of nearly 124,000 people, controlled by Edmund Mann. Estimated time of arrival. Draconesk Gold Vision Company is the
I'm a
immediate
level 3
power.
kind of guy right
There is
now.
one orbital station and two planetary
I had to leave
stations in
ED
this
because it
system.
pissed me off. Fucking lost my Type 10 Defender.
Information.
Wait, what?
LHS 5307
I lost my Type 10 Defender.
is urgent.
Parked
Like,
it on
as
a
in it got
planet.
blown up, or is it gone?
Nah, it fucking blew up, man.
Gold number
Oh.
fully
How?
refueled.
That's what I'd like to know. I parked it on a planet, dismissed
Comet
it,
13.
didn't pick up.
Gold number
Next thing I
refueled.
know, it's fucking... I'm driving around on a planet 1,500 light years away from fucking
Destination
Shinrarta
confirmed.
Desert.
13.
Desert on a
Gold
fucking
number
buggy
is in
with no
transit
fucking
to the
ship to let
NLT
people back to.
Oh, that sucks.
T47491 system.
Yeah, you might want to put in a ticket by that, because that sounds like
I
it got
actually
bugged out.
fucking
This
did,
is your
actually.
second
I did
visit
put
to
a
this
ticket in.
system.
Yeah,
There is no human
I've had
presence
something like
in
that
this
happen to my ASP when I was 40,000 out one time, and they gave it back to me with all my
Yeah,
data.
but I lost my app data. I lost $10 million fucking rebuy. I lost all that shit too.
They'll give
right?
it back to you.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
can keep track of like your data and all that stuff, like even after you're dead. So like if your ship gets blown up unfairly when you're exploring, they'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not like you in that respect.
Yeah.
No, like,
they seem
they-
to be pretty good. With
Well,
that
like if
customer
your ship
service
gets
stuff.
bugged, like that's the thing. Like if it gets bugged, and they'll do it.
They
They'll even put
understand
you
there's
back in the
bugs this
bubble if you
game,
want.
yeah. They did the same with me. I got trapped in a neutron star when they like would bug you out, and they just moved me to a different system. It was all
Destination
fine.
confirmed.
Yeah,
13.
they'll
Gold
like
number is traveling to the
when my
sea.
ship got trapped, or when my
D126
ASP
system.
clipped and got
You
blown
are
up
no longer
because
in
it clipped into the
Alliance
ground
space.
and like took
This is
collision
your
damage or
second
something.
visit to this system.
Not only did
Humans
they
have
give
yet
me
to
my
colonize
ASP back,
the
my money
system.
back for my rebuy, and all my data back, but they put me back in the bubble because like they're like, hey, we'll just like, if you want us to put you in the bubble, we'll do it because we're sorry this happened. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
That's
So
chill.
they might even put you back so you don't have to fly back.
Well, you ended up back where you left, right? Shinrarta Desert.
Well, no, but like I mean, when they give you your ship back, like they might put you, they might like offer to put you back in the system you were in, or they might offer to like leave you in Shinrarta with all your data.
Yeah, so you get to choose if you wanted to be out there exploring. You obviously wanted to be back anyway, so.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to try it out. Fuck
Hey.
it, ideally.
Quick question: are materials traders restricted to stations or planets?
Stations,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Like
I haven't
space
checked any
stations.
planets, is why I asked.
I've not seen one on a planet, but I haven't checked a lot of planets yet.
I think I'm getting off for the night, guys.
Night.
I'll finish my
Good
ships
night.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
I gotta go take my snowmobile in for some updates tomorrow, so.
Yeah, that's pretty smooth.
I could do with a snowmobile. We've got nearly a foot of snow here at the moment.
We got about 11 feet here.
Comet 13. Gold number has entered normal space close to star secret sector B dash
Gotta go up to mountain for it,
D126.
but it's there.
I got you. Where you live?
Shuswap, British Columbia.
Fucking. Oh, I hate you, man. I would kill to spend just like a week in British Columbia. Go fucking snowboarding.
Someone just freaking shot me, man. They fucking bastards. Ugh. That scares the fuck out of me.
Are you still in the Type 10?
No, I'm playing freaking PUBG.
Oh yeah, I played that the other day. It was interesting.
Yeah, I got careless. Somebody fucking camped me. That's alright. I didn't have very good shit, and they just wasted my fucking level 3 helmet and my vest.
Did you see my post on Rambo's channel in the PUBG section? The guy's
Which
like,
one?
The guy, the PUBG cover guy. He's like, fuck, all I have is this level 3 helmet and I can't find a vest to save my life.
Yeah, fuck, isn't that something? I've had that too.
The cover. I've had that
Or the
too.
opposite, where you got a level 3 vest and and you can't find a helmet.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And you know what? I think they need to nerf the fucking Car 98 because I've been killed by that more than any other gun in the game. And it's a piece of shit.
Destination confirmed. 13th. Gold
I
member
fucking
is in
hate the Car
transit to the
98.
Quinabosso system.
It's because of
You are entering
Arma and
independent
DayZ
space. This is your second
games that
visit
kind
to
of
this
spawned
system.
this game. Car
Quinabosso
98
is an
was God in all
independent
those games
corporate
too.
supporting
That's
just
why.
over 6 million souls.
Yeah.
Quinabosso National
It's all the
Make
scope,
the Car
scope
98
flicking.
deadly, the
There are
audience will
2
move to a
orbital
different game.
stations and 2 planetary stations in this system. Comet 13th.
Just get good with it. You gotta learn how to use it, and then you'll dominate matches.
Comet 13th. Gold number fully refilled.
Well,
Does
last
suck.
time I used it successfully, and the only time I've ever knocked anyone down with it was in in a duo match, and then my partner slipped up and didn't cover my back, and fucking
13th.
the other guy shot me and stood his buddy back up. So
You are now in Federation
That's the thing.
space.
The car is
You
not
have visited
good
this system
in like
26
normal combat. You won't be
times.
sniping with like a 15
Ancom
times
is a
on it or
Federation
something really.
corporate of over
That's the
5
idea.
million souls. Purple State Systems is the local power. There are 2 orbital stations and a single planetary
yeah,
station
I mean,
in
it's,
this
there's almost no
system.
point in getting it with anything less than a 4 power.
Comet 13th. Gold
Did you give up on a lead already, or were you grinding all day?
No, I gave up on it after I lost my fucking ship.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, just write FDev. They'll give you your ship back.
I did. I wrote them.
Oh, you did.
Fucking,
Okay, good, good.
But I was kind of pissed off, so I didn't give them the data files that they want you to do. I just wrote a blurb in there. I've done that before, and they're good with it.
Usually, I mean, it's a little more work for them. That's all. It'll take longer. That's all. That's what I did. I
not
gave
my
them
fucking
my journal. I'm like, see, you can see what happened. They're like, yeah, that's obviously a bug. We're gonna move your ship to this station. All your data is fine. I was like, oh, thank God, because I was out there exploring in like the neutron field, right? So I was kind of choked.
They can find your fucking data.
I think so. Well, I think I still had it. It was still all fine, but I was worried about that.
I gave them a date and time. All they need is my freaking player information, which is there.
Pretty much. Well, now they can. Their database system is pretty piss poor. It's not searchable as far as I understand. They just are basically scrolling through.
What the fuck?
I'm sure it's a pretty common fucking fuck up too. It was pretty stinky though, because like, fuck, I land on a planet a long ways from Shinrar to Desra. I'm out exploring. Can you imagine if you were halfway across the fucking galaxy and that happened?
Well, that does
That'd
happen.
fucking,
I'm sure
yeah,
that has
that would
happened a
piss
few
you
times.
right fuck off.
That's why they do this policy where you just send them a message and they're like, yep, you're fixed. It probably happens every day. Especially on those big expeditions where, like, you know, they're filming the whole thing and it's like, yeah. That's why I like to stream too. If I come across any bugs, I can report them and I have like a clip, right? Since I am a beta tester and all.
A master beta tester?
Exactly. I report the bugs only to myself.
Return to normal space.
But I do it extremely well.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you're aware, but that crack train is fully operational again.
Which one?
The one at Davs where you can just keep scanning the thing over and over again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess
well
they
do that
kind of
since
they
I'm
kind of
there.
made it moot. They kind of made it moot with the new system, though, right?
Yeah, sort of. That's what I was thinking. I was like, is this on purpose or they just don't care because now it doesn't matter? But whatever the reason, it's active.
Whatever the reason.
That's the first place I went after the patch dropped. I was like, I gotta see. And of course it's working again. I was like, yes.
Well, it's one of the highest valued fucking data, right? So if you're going to use it for trading, it'll give you the better
You're
punch.
getting all the garbage too, so you can use all that for trading. It's win-win now. It's even better than it was in my opinion, which it was pretty good.
Yeah.
know what's also funny is I think this confirmed my theory of the crack trains being like the same order as the good Star Trek movies.
What?
Yeah, because they were following the pattern. You know, number 1's kind of crap, number 2's good, number 3's kind of crap, number 4's good.
Yeah, I guess so. Never really looked at it like that, but okay. Makes perfect sense to somebody. Yeah, I gotta mount my fucking... I used my snowmobile to drag a bunch of kids up the airstrip over the weekend. So, it's been sitting out in the backyard. I gotta put it back on my truck in the morning. Gotta leave here for fucking, you know, 20 to 7. Be in Kamloops by 8:30. And it's gonna take them 6 hours to do the repairs, like the updates to it.
So do you like drive on the highway and it's just all snowed out or something? Or you just drive through the wilderness?
What do you mean?
Are you driving a
truck?
snowmobile? Oh, okay. You just
No,
like haul it on a
truck.
trailer?
No, I drive it in the back of my truck.
You know about those snowmobile like tire adapters they're making for trucks, right? Yeah, I gotta show you.
Yeah.
This. You
Yeah, you can get tracks for your truck.
Pretty much, yeah. I saw that and I was like, oh boy, that's gonna be a huge thing in the winter here.
Yeah, they look cool as shit. I've seen them on Mitsubishis and stuff.
Yeah, like you can put those on a car, feasibly.
Yeah, you totally can.
They make them for fucking like, you know, quads and all kinds of shit.
Don't you need 4-wheel drive though? You have to have 4-wheel, right?
Yeah, you gotta have 4-wheel drive.
Because otherwise the back ones wouldn't be treading. Unless you made a full tread that went between the both wheels.
Then you might not have enough power to turn it.
You might not, but if you added
No,
like,
it does. It
augmented
won't
self-turning
work.
wheels on the back.
Yeah, but you can't do it that way. They have to be independent because of limited slip.
Yeah, that's true. There wouldn't be any grip
Good
on the
idea,
back wheels then. Yeah. There'd be no
Well,
grip.
no. What would happen was
It's
when
drag.
you turn a corner, you'd actually pop the track off.
Yeah, and like rip your car in half from like a belt of steel flying through the frame.
Yeah, it's rubber track.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like they're basically modified snowmobile tracks, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. So yeah, I would just
Yeah.
use the individual ones and just have a 4-wheel car. Like, yeah, Subaru could totally do it.
Yeah,
Mitsubishi
no,
has
there's
4-wheel
lots
too,
of
right?
guys up here that are using them now. They're kind of a novelty item, but pretty cool.
Yeah, you've seen them, like in action.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
awesome.
guys up here using.
I only just saw them on
Uh,
YouTube, and
mostly-
I was like, they're gonna.
Mostly
actually
what
be
they're
a thing
using
here.
them for is taking kids and shit up to teach them how to snowboard and stuff, like, you know, on the non-steep terrain. But
Yeah.
anywhere it's really steep, they can't go. Or if the powder's super deep, if they get high centered, it just fucks them right up. You'll be digging for it, right?
That's the thing, though. You could drive your truck with those in the back, and then when you get to a crazy impasse, you just strap those on and keep going, right? And then you can get back to the road, you take them off again. Seems like it would be an
It doesn't
ideal
quite
to-
work that. It doesn't quite work like that.
You have to jack the car
they're a
up to do
major
it,
pain
right?
in the ass. Like you
Yeah.
actually have to fucking unbolt things and put things on. It's a big job.
But
actually.
feasibly, one could build these into the truck and have them deployable, right?
I guess so. I think
I
the
mean,
most
with enough money, just about anything's possible.
I know,
Well,
but like our
the
engineering
easiest conversion-
abilities as humans could definitely pull that off, right? I've seen cars turn
so
into
far
like
the
submarines.
easiest conversion right now is the motorbike ones. You know, that mountain bikes. That
Oh yeah,
guys
I
are
saw the
doing.
mountain bike one. I like that idea because then
Yeah,
a
mount-
person can get around really fast even with like no gas.
Yeah,
I-
I mean,
I
they're
feel like-
pretty
Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
good. Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you wanted a truck where those were retractable, you better off just building the truck from the ground up that way rather than modding it for that.
I'll build my own truck with strippers
Yep.
and blackjack.
I mean, you could totally do it.
Hang on, I'm gonna see if anyone's already built that truck first.
Probably has. It wouldn't be hard. Go get an old frame,
I
get
know, right?
an engine, a 4-wheel drive. Yeah, but then just build a simple ass truck, throw that shit on there, and have a hell of a ball and blast with them, dude.
Oh fuck! There's like I said, there's guys already with tracked fucking snow trucks right
Yeah.
up here. They're
From
not.
what I've heard, those are a little bit hard on your powertrain, though.
Oh yeah, they are. I mean, like Normally, you guys use beaters for them. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
you're not beating up a new truck. But,
Oh yeah, yeah.
You only
this
see
one.
them on new trucks in the advertisements.
yeah.
Okay, so they have the ones where you can drive in, and then they just lock in place. So they're like a lot easier, but they're not self-deployable or anything.
No.
Like you don't just push a button in your dash and not have to get out and turn it into a snowmobile.
Negative.
That would be sweet.
No, it's
I want
it's
that.
a several-hour job
They say 15 minutes on their website.
for a truck.
Yeah, look, here, I'll show you the video. Hang on. Can't believe I just closed it.
Oh, maybe.
History.
Not the guys up here. They're using these things that are actually
Yeah, older ones.
fairly complicated, right?
Are you talking about the one that is like a triangle on each corner?
Yep.
Yeah, those are. I think he's the other guys. Sorry, I don't know y'all by voice yet. I think he's talking about something different.
We're cheap.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a few hour thing. You got to hook the brakes up. You got to hook them up the right way and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not by any means a difficult process. It's just you're not going to do it in 15 minutes.
No.
You don't want
It's
to
not
fuck
something
it
you're
up.
gonna just pull them out of the back of your truck and throw them on in the hill. No.
See, they say
No.
less than 15 minutes. And then
Most
they're
guys
showing him
trailer-
carrying it on the back of his truck and then throwing it up on the hill.
Yeah, most guys trailer those fucking things in.
Yeah, I'd
They
imagine.
trailer the truck in and they drive it off and play around with it.
Yeah,
But
the
like
one
I
saw
said-
it was them making the commercial of it. That's basically the only time it's been used. I don't think these are like
They're really
coming out.
the common thing is the guys running the gators. You know those gators? They
Yeah, yeah.
run them. And they're really pretty common. Like I see them up quite a bit.
Yeah,
But
I've
they
seen
can't
those.
really tolerate super deep snow, so that, once it gets really deep, you're basically kind of
Whatever, you don't
restricted
care.
to
You
a
got
pack,
a fucking
a
snowmobile.
packed trail. Oh, I don't
That's
give
almost
a
better.
fuck. It's totally better. I can go in snow like up your fucking shoulders, right?
Well, you have to carry a trailer behind you, and you can't take your truck with you. So, like, if you were trying to get somewhere, it wouldn't be ideal. But for what you're doing, it's fine, right? It's better.
What do you mean? I'm trying to get somewhere. I can fucking drive for, put 3 or 4 tanks of gas in it and never fucking see a road.
I guess that's true because it can go so far. It's like a motorbike.
Oh yeah,
That and he's in British fucking Columbia.
Oh yes.
dude. The mountains here, they go for fucking miles.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Once you get out of like the lower inhabited area, the rest is just all wilderness.
Well, the other thing too is that we had a couple of major forest fires that cleaned off the freaking forest, so there's like huge glades where it's just nothing but terrain that you can just go fucking bomb around in.
That sounds cool.
Miles of just bombing around. Literally, you can fucking take a GPS and go for a couple days. Guys will strap gas cans to their fucking snowmobiles and a small backpack with some shit in it, and you stay in
Repair
these
parts.
mountain cabins. Yeah, a few spare parts, a couple belts and stuff like that, and then you just go and stay in the cabins up top, right?
See, what I want to do is I don't know if you've heard of it. It's what's it called? Paragliding. With the not paragliding, paraflying. I can't remember, but it's you strap like a fan to your back basically, and then fly around with a parachute. And people have done it. Like it only has maybe an hour range, but you can strap gas cans to that and refill yourself and keep going. And you could just go pretty far because you're flying here. The only problem is wind and mountains. But if it's a flat terrain, you could go forever.
Why does my fucking hull have damage every time I land? Like, I go and it's at 100% and I go in my fucking station and I have to repair it.
Are you not using shields?
Oh, they're on.
Are you fighting Thargoids?
No, I'm just flying around trying to find tradings.
Maybe you're taking heat damage? I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know, I'll pay more attention. I'm stoned as fuck right now, man.
That's the only way to play this game.
Maybe it's because you're stoned as fuck.
Might be, dude. Might fucking be.
I mean, Thargoids can shoot through your shields. Heat damage will hurt your hull eventually. There's a few ways to take damage without losing your shields. I mean, your shields might have just come back up after you took damage if you hit that ground really hard. Did you hit the ground really hard?
No, I don't think so.
Did you bank off the fucking starport entry?
Oh yeah, that can happen. Or like if you get clipped in the ground when you're taking off, sometimes it does damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll pay attention this time.
Especially if you got like really weak shields or whatever, you'll lose your shields temporarily and fuck, you'll lose a chunk of hull.
Oh, on the topic of shields, bi-weaves or fucking ATACs?
It depends on what ship you're flying.
And by Vulture.
I'd go with bi-weaves myself.
Yeah, I think for the Vulture, bi-weaves is probably the best. I used to use A, but that was like a long time ago, and it's probably not ideal anymore.
Bi-weaves and then resist boosters.
Yeah, bi-weaves and resist seem to go well together, and then if you're going max megajoules, you go A or prismatics, and then the other ones, the max megajoule ones. Can't remember what they're called.
I know what you're talking about, I think. I'm pretty sure I do.
The non-resist ones, they're heavy. They weigh lots.
Well, shit, what HOTAS would you guys recommend if I did that instead of dual joysticks? Someone else was, I don't know if the person still in the chat was saying, was talking about it.
Well, I've tried quite a few HOTASes. Right now I'm on the T1600M. It's really nice. I highly recommend it because it's sturdy and accurate. It's got like 4 hats on the fucking throttle.
Oh, 4 hats on the throttle?
Yeah. I mean, I also really like the X55. I had that, but it's like dead now, so it gives you an idea how reliable it is. It lasted about a year and a half.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty
X52
terrible
died
things
as well.
about those Saytech, now owned by Logitech
Well,
products.
they are
That's-
now. I mean, give them a year or two to get the QC bugs out. They might be good, but I would not recommend them currently.
I got a Saytech Cyborg. I've had it for fucking years, and it still works
The
fine.
Cyborg is an oddity in the Cytec line. That thing is indestructible, but all their later sticks were not of the same quality.
Yeah, because I remember back in the day when like Falcon 4.0 and shit came out, Saytech was like really high end.
How long ago did you get that stick, Killer Watt?
Oh, I don't know, fucking 15 years ago?
Yeah, it still works.
That's
eh?
about,
That's awesome.
yep. That's about when Falcon 4.0 came out.
Yeah, that's an original one. Yeah, that might actually be
Sure
worth money
is.
now if it's still functional. Probably not, but you know.
It's called the Saytech Cyborg Evo.
Yeah, the Evo. Yeah, they still sell it too. You can actually still buy
Yeah.
them. Those ones are okay. I heard that their durability is fine. It's just the other ones. The
Well, that's a
X52,
pretty good fucking-
X55, X56. Yeah.
Well, I can get the HOTAS and pedals for that Thrustmaster 16K for like less than 200
Oh, and the
bucks on
Thrustmaster
Amazon.
has
It's
twist.
really hard to beat. I don't give a fuck about the twist.
And the
I'm not
there's
gonna
rudder
do that.
paddles on the freaking throttle as well. So it's like if you don't have the money to get the pedals right away, or you can't find them right away, this thing's still good to go.
That could work well. I could use the throttle paddles for yaw and pedals for rolling.
Yeah,
Perhaps, I don't know, I'm really high.
I use twist for roll, and then I use yaw as the joystick left and right.
See,
Okay,
I
I
can't
just
do
gotta-
the twist. It hurts my wrist a lot.
I just got an M24 in the fucking package.
Comet 13th.
Just driving through the
Members
freaking
lifted
mountains.
off.
Syringe and M24 and a
There
fucking...
you go. M24 is good too. If you
Wow,
don't
you
like
love-
the car, the M24 is a nice alternative.
It's a nice thing, except I don't have a fucking scope. And I left my
Well,
M16 behind for
Smack
accidentally.
someone to death with it, and then steal their scope, and then you're good. That's what the frying pan's for. That's what the machete Rambo would always go for that. 'Cause
Shit.
it's the most reach.
Oh,
Shot people
man.
with it.
I had the wrong gun out. Fucking guy just took my M24.
Well, hopefully he had a scope, so then he'll be good with it.
Fuck, I forgot to request permission to dock again. I hate playing high sometimes.
Sometimes I hate playing at all.
PUBG, yeah. That's kind of why I stopped playing PUBG. I can understand your frustration with this game, though. Losing a ship like that into a glitch is stupid. The game should not do that.
Well, I mean, the fucking thing is you would figure that, you know, they're releasing that out of beta, that they'd work at least some of the basic bugs out.
Talk about the Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
No,
No,
I'm talking about Elite Dangerous.
That's the thing. If anything, there's probably more bugs because they didn't even test that mission system in beta at all. They just released it like with no testing.
Oh, you're the one who lost the Type 10.
Yeah, it pissed me
How
off.
much is that?
Well, it was a $10 million rebuy.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Cutter's like 30 million. It really hurts when you lose one.
Yeah. So I mean, like,
Sloth brownie.
you know, and I didn't do anything to lose it, man. I had a soft landing and everything. All I did was dismiss my ship, you know, or tried to, and it didn't dismiss. It went fucking ship is leaving, and there's a little red line. So it didn't leave the ground, so I fucking tried again. It wouldn't go, so I figured, well, maybe if I drive away far enough that it'll pick up and leave, and it didn't fucking pick up apparently. And next thing I know, my ship is destroyed, and I'm fucking stranded 1,500 light years away from fucking where I started.
Damn, yeah, I heard him tell you they'd fix that. That sounds like something to fix. Even CCP for E would fix that.
Yeah, that's super gay, man.
Yeah,
It's frustrating when it's the time you have to play, and then you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, I'm already collecting fucking materials, and the next thing I know, I get a warning that my fucking ship has been destroyed. Really?
So you know
Why
way out
who?
of that now, right? Like,
You know
if
what?
that happens, just log out and then go into non-horizons, and then
Yeah.
you'll have your ship back, and then you can just go into horizons after, and it's all fixed. You'll be in orbit.
Right.
But yeah,
Two
I've had that happen
questions.
too. It sucks.
What are anonymous?
Goldman
Stations.
has touched down on Bangkok Lower 1.
What the fuck is that?
It says block. Like I found a material trader, but it says blocked by anonymity protocols. And when I docked at the station, it says
Oh, you have flying.
anonymous docking.
Yeah, flying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if
What
you
was
have
that?
anonymity, that means you're a criminal there and you can't land.
Yeah, it's because I trespassed like 3 times. Because every time I backed out to request docking, I'd request docking, but forgot to wait for the timer and then just fly back right in.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Get your shit together.
No, I'm about to actually smoke some more. Good times.
Yeah. You got a bong on the dashboard when you fly, or what?
Dude, I have my little distillate pen sitting right here.
A distillate pen.
But
Fuck.
he got
Yeah, those are fun. I've had one of those.
Yeah, distillates are where it's at. I fucking love distillates.
I'm just using a vaporizer.
Dude, that's
So-
good.
lived off.
So distillate, is that like honey oil or what?
So basically, it's produced in a similar way to honey oil, but it's literally distilled, and you end up like this particular batch is 99.28% cannabinoid. It's almost crystal clear. That's what a good distillate is. You start looking at like CO2 oils and various honey oils and things like that, and the color and the texture and the taste and everything all varies. With
Does it
distillates,
smell
the
like?
cool-
Does it smell like pot?
No, not at all. In fact, it has a very light, clean taste to it. But people will add terpenes back into it, so they might say you have extra granddaddy perp terpenes and you have a distillate. You want to flavor the distillate. You'll go take those terpenes and make some with distillate, or they do it with CO2. They do it all kinds of shit, man. It's great. I used to
So,
work in a lab.
yeah.
It's pretty fucking amazing.
Do you get high from it, or is it like? 'Cause
Oh,
you
yeah.
say it's
Yeah, you do.
cannabinol. Is that like no THC in it, or what?
Dude, it's 99.28% cannabinoids, and your average bud, your good quality bud here in Colorado averages around mid 20s, low 20s.
Using
It
my
is a-
vape, I'm getting somewhere close to 80% per hit. But like,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
with the vape pen, it's like, it's basically moonshine. You're like, whoa.
Dope
Yeah.
shine.
It's
It's
like you
pretty
smoked a
good.
whole blunt after just having like a hit. it's good.
That's yeah, basically what he said. And then people dab it. I love dabbing, but the problem with dabbing is you tend to build up a tolerance really fast because you can do huge amounts of like 90% fucking wax or whatever, and it just fucks you up.
That's
Whatever
what I
the
found
fuck
even
that
from
is.
vaping, my tolerance, like I could smoke blunt after blunt and be like normal.
What the fuck? I can't trade for specialized legacy firmware. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you can, but not there. You have to do it at
I'm
a data
pissed
trader.
because I was out collecting shit the other day and I ran out of room. So I was like, well, fuck it. I have like 60 of these legacy firmwares and they're just rank 1 shit. So I'm just gonna throw them all away to make room for some like grade 4 stuff. And now I need like some of them, like plunger
Well,
Yeah, I know. I've thrown out so much stuff.
fuckers.
On the 13th, Gold Member has jumped to Super Cruise.
What about
fuckers. So where do I get some of that shit?
the distillate?
There's stores.
You live in British Columbia, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to get that at any pot shop in Canada, actually.
Yeah, you can. They sell it,
You
like,
should
over the
totally be
counter
able to
here.
get it. Yeah,
So
go
it's-
in. If they don't have distillates, because that's, I mean, it's common-ish, but still not as common as other extracts. Just ask for like a honey oil or CO2 oil. I like CO2 oil a lot because they don't use solvents to extract it. And you can dab it. You can actually eat CO2 oil. That's fun.
when you say dabbing, what the fuck do you mean by that? That's
So
like
Yeah, it's
hold on. You know
really
what? I know what.
expensive long
Let me
ring.
get some pictures.
If those distillates is the meth of marijuana, then dabbing would be the crack.
okay.
You have to use.
All right,
like,
hold on. I'm gonna send you a
lighter and glass
picture.
pipe and stuff. Yeah. Send them a dab rig so you can see what's up.
Dabbering.
I only just learned about this stuff too because I haven't done that either. But like, it's all the new technology they have for it. It's interesting.
Seriously, man.
It's just more equipment you gotta buy.
Fuck.
All right, so that is a picture of shatter. Shatter is a very high grade of solvent extract. Essentially, it's called shatter. That's actually not the picture I meant to link. Shit. Anyway, it's called shatter because this website actually explains it where I linked to. Anyway, if it's cold enough, it'll basically shatter. Like you can drop it, it shatters like glass.
Yeah, it's
What
like
you'll
a
do is you'll take. Yep. There's many forms. The simplest way to dab is you'll get like a glass tube, fairly long one. You'll heat one end of it till where it's pretty hot. You don't want to get too hot because then you burn it. Then you'll literally just dip the end of it into the waxy, into the wax, which is very waxy. It's literally like wax or shatter. And when it hits it, it vaporizes it, and you inhale that, and that's a dab. You could literally smoke you could easily smoke a full gram of flowers in like one hit if you're not careful.
No way, really?
Yeah, so that'd be like doing 3 bowls in terms of total cannabinoids entering your system in one hit in literally like a split second. It'd be like doing a line of coke, that big hit to your, you feel it. The
So
first time you
how
do
do
a
you-
dab,
Yeah.
it's like somebody hits you in the head with a baseball bat. It's like, whoa. if
So
if
how do you control your intake then?
you learn, you
Use
practice
smaller
it.
amounts and stuff.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
you learn by freaking yourself out?
Basically, I mean, if you get somebody who's not like me and they're like, do a little bit, like my wife would tell somebody who's never dabbed, do just a little bit. And I'd be like, no, here, do this. And it's not a little bit.
And then
So
you
it depends
fucking-
on the kind of person you run into. If you start out small, it's really easy to be like, okay, I want another hit of that same amount. Because you hit it one time and you're going to know what's going to happen next. And then, like,
fucking
if you...
freaking out on the couch, man.
No, you won't freak out, dude. You'll probably barely be able to move if you do too much. You'll just be...
Yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
super chill.
I call it the wah-wahs. Your head literally is like, boom, boom, boom.
Yes, the wall was. You do get that. It's because your heartbeat. You can hear your own heart beating because it's like you're just so out
Yeah.
of it.
So let me link you a basic tube glass thing.
You get
So
that
it
from
looks like
dabs,
a-
huh? That's,
so basically,
that's
it's
pretty
a,
strong.
it's a crack pipe, basically, is what you're saying.
It more or less is. It's a weed. It's the weed crack. It's hippie crack.
Hippie crack.
Oh shit, I just got jumped by a tree and killed.
Degraded emissions
Whoever you're talking to, you
signals
sound like a robot.
Oh my god.
That's
So that is a super
Super
typical
cruise
dab
close
straw.
to Plymouth Pancon
Like,
Lower
you
2.
see that anywhere. Various colors and shit. And then there's various combinations. There's like honey rigs and shit. They'll have like diffusers and stuff, just like get crazy ass bongs. And then you have ones where people use titanium. They're called nails. I have no fucking clue why they're called nails. But they'll heat that up.
Oh, you can
and
do it
they'll
with a
drop.
straw?
Well, the right kind of straw, like not a plastic straw. I highly recommend like fucking at least glass. The straw I use is made of what is it, fucking quartz.
Alright.
That's the way to smoke. I actually don't. In Colorado, the market for flowers is falling pretty quickly. I don't think it's ever going to be a small part of the market, but extracts are taking over because it's cleaner to smoke. You're actually smoking less, and depending on what you get, you can put it in a pen and cartridge, just like people smoking nicotine pens and nobody notices. I've flown all over the fucking country with my fucking distillate pen, all over the country. I'd literally like carry it in my carry-on, and nobody gives a fuck. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You could almost use that on the plane and probably get away with it.
You might could. I wouldn't push it. I wouldn't try.
I wouldn't
but
either, but you
I bet you
almost
could.
Yeah, like I'm sure people have. It's crazy.
Yep. And the smell doesn't linger. You blow it out, it's just like fucking vaping a nicotine pen. It goes away pretty quickly. And most of the time,
Except
they
you're
don't
still
use
high as
PEG.
fuck.
Yep. They don't use PEG in most of the good quality concentrates either. The polyethylene glycol, which is purported, and I don't know how true it is. Take it with whatever grains of salt you want, but they say can cause damage to your lungs in the large amounts that people are smoking.
Yeah,
because it was
the
never really intended
popcorn
to be
lung
smoked. Yeah, shit like that.
That's why I like
there's
to
none
do
of that
the
use.
vaping just the raw flowers, because then I know exactly what I'm doing.
That's about the cleanest way to smoke, actually. If
That's
you
what I was
have a
thinking.
good, like, if you have a volcano,
No,
And
it's
you
a
just
different
fill
one,
that-
airizer, but same sort of idea.
volcano's old
picture-
school now.
In the picture in the middle of that, where it shows this, what looks like a fucking screwdriver or something with that fucking resin on it.
I'm
How
not
much-
sure what you're looking at.
Well, you sent me that fucking gut.
Oh, the one
Wanna
with,
concentrate?
The concentrate shit I just closed when you opened it.
Yeah, that's what they call wax. It's like a resiny kind of thing.
Yeah, like how much is that? Like, is that a lot right there? in
That
picture?
you
Yeah.
would not want to dab all of that. If you see that the spoon that's on, that's a really small spoon. It's a similar spoon to what you might find in a chemist lab, but if it's good quality, and I don't recommend using anything less than this, it's titanium, pure titanium. And I would never use anything less than titanium to smoke off of, just a heads up. But anyway, that is like, I wouldn't even give that to somebody as a joke. That's a lot. You would probably cause somebody to like pass out or be fucked up for a day or two if you just gave them all that at once.
Wow.
That's probably like a quarter gram right there.
He's emptied the entire fridge. How much did you give him?
No, you wouldn't be able to fucking move, man.
So, and then there's what looks like a bottle or something with some of that shatter on.
Yeah, you're looking into, they're really small, like makeup. Like if you've ever seen like MAC makeups or something where they have little glass, really short jars, are like 1.5 centimeters tall.
Yeah.
That's what that is. And so that shatter, they extract, usually that's done with like butane extract. You might use propane or recirculated butane or something. But you'll take a whole bunch of ground flowers or trim or whatever you're blowing, you'll put it in a long tube, and blow the butane through it, dripping down. What drips out of that tube collects in a pan. You then keep the pan warm, 92
Drop
point
to normal
something to
states in
98
the
degrees
vicinity
in
of
our lab.
Plant Bank
And you
Umbrella
put it
3.
under a pretty strong vacuum, and it first the butane naturally evaporates very quickly, but to get to the purity levels you need for human consumption, you gotta vacuum it and everything. Eventually it gets out to be a very pure product. And so if it's good shatter, it turns out on the sheet, and it's really like hard. It's like sugar. Like if you've ever had like peanut brittle, it's like really thin peanut brittle. If it's cold, when it gets warm, it starts turning into like a gummy waxy substance. If you get just straight wax, when that comes out of the tube, instead of forming a hard substance, it forms literally like a waxy substance. Sometimes it's saucy, it's like a marinara, and you have what are called diamonds, and they're little globules of THCA that are clumped together, and you've got the terpenes that'll float to the top of a jar when you let it sit. All kinds of cool shit, man. Extracts it's the future.
So
of
now,
for
how do
sure.
you stuff? What do you do with the shatter? How do you?
Well,
So-
keep scrolling down. It shows there's like a
Yeah.
step-by-step thing.
So yeah, this is this is totally just luck of the draw, but yeah,
It's a
this is
good-
pretty good.
Lucky link.
That's showing an extractor. That's a very small amount, though. We had tubes in our lab that would do like a pound at a time.
Well,
But yeah,
they're
this is about right.
scientists.
No, dude, most of
Like
us were not
scientists.
scientists. Though we did have, we had a chemical engineer, a biologist who worked in our lab. I'm a historian by training and a musician, and I worked in the lab. So, but I've been around, like, I had a chemistry set when I was like 6 before now, and that kind of shit. So I've been around it for a while, I guess is why. But that actually turned out to be a pretty good primer on the stuff.
So at the very bottom, there's a picture. It says six pot stocks set to surge.
Coordinates are
That-
45.26 degrees
Yeah, it's an
latitude.
ad. There's a plant in there that's a pure sativa with the long, skinny fucking fingers. You don't find those very much anymore.
No, you really don't. A lot of people don't like to smoke them. They don't tend to yield as much. They tend to take a whole lot longer to ripen. And overall, you just make a lot less money with them. That's why.
Yeah, but they're better to smoke in my opinion. Cleaner high.
Well,
I
it depends
agree.
on-
I prefer sativas. I love sativas.
See, I'm all about the indica. I think. Yes, that's the ones I like. I have
Well,
to look at the bag.
indica I find is a really heavy fucking, you know, a really heavy stone. And it all kind of started here in BC with the fucking, you know, skunk weed, like BC skunk, and the fucking mixing of sativa with hash plant, right? And then it just got stinkier and stinkier. Now I can't even fucking smoke that shit. It's like crack. You know what I mean? You get paranoid from it. Fuck.
Caution.
That's all.
Outlet 77%.
Well, I guess while I'm at this material station, I will see what other materials I need. So do you need to do grade 1 and grade 2 before you can do grade 3? Or can you just go like straight to it?
You gotta start at the bottom.
Has lifted off.
Alright.
So yeah, these planets are way cooler now. Like, I'm going to planets I've been to before, and they're totally different and awesome now.
What'd they change?
They basically not only changed the colors, so planets are rendered in more than one color now. They basically added mountainous terrain that's actually mountainous. Hang on, it's flying. Hang on.
Planets actually look like planets instead of just another
Yeah.
beige rock in the middle of nowhere.
Instead of being a flat beige rock,
Very
it now
nice.
has mountainous terrains, different like areas that are all different. So, yeah, it's good now. It's way better.
Very nice.
It's not just endless fields of flat rocks everywhere like it was. You can see like mountains and stuff. Although I am picking mountainous areas, but still, like, it's awesome.
When I started a month ago, a few people kind of started, or that I was talking to when I started, said I was coming into the game at a good time. I guess this is what they're referring to. Everyone seems super excited about this patch.
Yeah, this is one of the good things about it. And then the engineering thing seems like it's an improvement. As long as they keep like these patches coming regularly, I think that this game's gonna get improved massively. Because this already is awesome. I'm in this icy area and it looks totally sweet. Actually don't mind grinding so much now that planets look so good.
That's pretty cool.
So is this what you do for a living? You make this stuff?
I used to, but irony, so I learned to grow back when it was less than legal. And I had a small thing set up and whatever, but I never had any breathing problems. So I come to California, Colorado after I left California and had to give up my pot business there. I was like, I'll start one up in Colorado. But it was, long story short, it was super fucking expensive to do it here, and I tried for years to do it. So finally I was like, fuck it, I'll go get a license and I'll just go work for someone else and see what I can get done that way. So I got on with this really good company, had a whole path up. In fact, they were going to send me up to Ottawa to help, or maybe it was Ontario, I think it was Ottawa, to open up one of their labs that I was mentioning earlier. But anyway, so I started with this company, in the labs. 2 weeks later, had a pretty crippling series of asthma attacks up in the ER. So took a couple of weeks off. They sent me to one of their cultivation centers. Since I've grown before, that was pretty easy. Immediately, about a week after I started there, had a mild asthma attack on Monday, and I was like, fuck it, I can't do this. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but my facility was a lot cleaner, if I'm being honest. It was just a better facility. But that said, I don't know, so I had to get out of it.
Oh, so you were having a marijuana allergy?
No, this would probably happen if I were harvesting and growing or being around anything. So with the extracts, you could literally take like 500 square feet of canopy and compress it into a 4-ounce mason jar, 8-ounce mason jar. And I guess that concentration working with it was strong. And then in the grow I was working in was 50,000 square feet of canopy just in flowering alone. Actually, it was probably more than that. But anyway, I'm guessing that just the sheer amount of allergens in the air, just plant material, caused it. And to be fair, pot oils and essential oils and shit are a bit more caustic to the human than a lot of other plants. It's actually, like if you were to walk through a grow without a shirt on, your shit would be all fucked up, man. You'd look like you walked through poison ivy if you had any kind of sensitivity. And even people who are really resilient, if they work with it for a while, you'll start seeing shit on their skins. And we have to wear, I mean, we have to wear like lab coats and shit anyway. But I mean, if you did, fucked up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
basically
mean,
similar to Breaking Bad.
I've walked through a few around here.
So yeah, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I wasn't trying to assume anything.
No, man, like this is British Columbia, right? Out in the boonies. North Shuswap is actually famous for growing, you know, one of the largest concentrations of outdoor grows in the world.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because unlike all the other mountain systems here,
60%.
the lake it's like about 90 miles long runs east to west. So the hillsides here are facing to the south.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
So, yeah,
sun
like,
all day long.
yeah, nowhere else in BC is it like that. And plus we have a really long summer. So, I mean, people put their plants out, you know, usually at the end of March, and they let them run until frost hits in October. So, I mean, you can literally grow Thai pot here if you've got it, you know, a greenhouse, right?
That's at the company I was working for actually specialized in setting up turnkey operations and shit for other people. So say you wanted to get a pot business, but you didn't necessarily want to build it, you would pay us and we'd come in and set it all up, teach your people, your managers and shit, how to run the whole fucking thing, and then let you have it. I wanted to get in and start doing photo controlled greenhouses for my company because I had researched doing that for my own. And that's going to be also the future of growing. Fuck this all inside, thousands of fucking watts and $50,000 a month electric bills.
There's been some people actually that have done it for pot, but they actually use it for the food industry too, with the roll shutters that control the amount of daylight.
They do, but
yeah.
for pot, my dream setup, the first, that for pot, you really need to get the lighting better than most of those shades. I've looked at those shades. It needs to block more than that. And number two, I would actually want a pretty close to hermetically sealed greenhouse so I could supplement CO2 in it. And I think that would be the shit. The equipment required to run it, though, would be pretty significant.
Yeah, and the cleanliness level needs to be super high.
Well, I don't know what it's like in Canada. I suspect it's probably as strict as here, but pot grows here are held to a very high standard. In fact, part of the reason they brought me into the cultivation side of the company after the asthma attacks, like, look, we're not passing our microbial tests, so we need you to get in there and fix up whatever the fuck's going on. And I mean, the grow itself was actually pretty clean, but they had some structural issues that allowed water buildup between walls and whatnot. That was causing problems.
Well, no, see, the problem here, man, I'm going to tell you the way it is in British Columbia.
For sure.
At this point in time, there really aren't any legal grow shows here. I mean, they're sort of semi-legal. What people have done is they were issued these grow tickets, like a permit-based. It was a Health Canada initiative, so that people could get like a permit to grow X number of plants of dope for medical reasons, right? So what people have been allowed to do is say, you know, let's say Joe has or something has a bad back, so his mother gets a fucking, and what they do is they go under a joint, they add their permits together and they grow all their dope in one place. So literally, like, whole families of people have been getting together and, you know, paying their doctors in many cases to get these permits to grow weed, and then they'll buy a house or rent a house or whatever, and they'll set it up and grow, you know, all of their plants in the same place, and they'll call it a legal grow show because they have permits to grow. Consequently, what's happened is the RCMP have started to turn a blind eye to complaints about grow shows, because in many cases it's just paperwork. They end up driving out, finding out that people actually have a permit, and while they may be 1 or 2 or a couple hundred plants over the limit, you know, it's still semi-legal. So it's just paperwork. They don't really want to do the paperwork, so they're not really interested in busting grow shows anymore. So people out here, despite the fact they might not even have a fucking permit, which they're not issuing anymore. Way, they're growing like fucking crazy. I have on the street that I live on, there's like 12 houses, and of those 12 houses, I can guarantee there's 6 of them right now that are actively growing, you know, entire basements of dope.
That's crazy.
And in the summertime, man, my wife and kids have to be super careful where they go hiking. Just so happens I know most of the growers, and you know, they know that my wife and kids like to go hiking, but I wouldn't recommend, you know, people just go hike around here. Like, it's just not a very safe fucking thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally get what you mean.
Because there's, especially around creeks and things where they flow, fucking people will run pipes down the hills, and they'll have hoses and drip lines fucking through the trees, and there's like just fucking shitloads of dope up here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They had that version of it in California and Colorado.
Oh yeah, yeah. Humboldt, California used to have the same situation we got here, but you know, it's been going on here for years. There's actually a place up here. I mean, Orgy might have heard about it. It's called Seymour Arm. It's at the top of our lake, right? And it's a community of about, I don't know, 250 people. Well, about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something like that. There's no power that goes to that community even to this day, so people use generators up there. What the RCMP did was they used the amount of fuel, like tankers of diesel fuel. They monitored how much fuel was actually going in Seymour, and it was exorbitantly high for years and years and years. So they got a warrant to go through town, and they fucking arrested half the town, man. There were people fucking running for the hills. There were houseboats literally going down the lake loaded with fucking dope, and people were running for the fucking hills in every direction they could go, and the cops arrested half the fucking town. Half the town. That's like over 100 people they fucking vanned out of there.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Nah, it was big news, man.
Orgy, I need to add a station to your list that has a material trader for data as well as a technology broker.
Sweet. Yeah, just
You want me to just message you?
Or yeah, you can message it to me. I'll add it right now.
All right.
Where is it at?
Caritis system. Caritis system, Bernoulli Vision.
What's it near though?
What do you mean?
Like, is it near any of the engineers or near?
Oh yeah, it's actually really close to the Farseer one, Felicity, I think. I'm about 4 jumps away from there in my vulture.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'll do Farseer close. I'm just categorizing them all so that they're kind of, you know, in order.
Yeah, so we have a long history on dope in the Shuswap. I mean, if you type in the Shuswap, you know, very, very likely marijuana will pop up. It's, if I cross the border and they know where I'm coming from, I get fucking butt rape going across the border. My family and my kids, they basically emptied out our entire fucking car for no fucking reason, just because they knew where we were coming from across the border. And, you know, they think that because we live in the Shuswap, that pot fucking dealers, right? And while I don't really have anything against, you know, the industry or whatever, if it wasn't for the industry, this place would be fucking, you know, a ghost town, right? Because the logging industry here used to be thriving. That's pretty dead. And, you know, because of the fucking lumber shit between the U.S. and Canada. And,
yeah,
and
we're
so,
hoping that
you know,
might get fixed, but I guess not, eh?
Yeah, and so when tourism ends, you know, at the end of summer, this town goes dormant until fucking next spring. So
many in BC do. That's
yeah.
like the thing.
So if it wasn't for the amount of dope that comes out of here, this place would be a ghost town.
Yeah, there's places like that in Cali. I know what you're talking about, man. I need to come visit BC, dude. I've been wanting to go up there and snowboard and ski and fucking smoke weed.
Oh, fuck, our door is always open, man. We got lots of mountain up here.
Oh shit, in the snowmobile. Orgy, I sent you that info, dude. It's not even 25 light years from Decia, however you say that.
Perfect.
Alright, now I'm gonna find...
Pirate here. He wants my illicit cargo. Is this like a black box or something? It must be.
I was able to trade like some class 3 shit that I didn't need for a fuck ton of that specialized firmware. I'm set. That is, now that I know how the trading thing works, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's good. This pirate wants my rare artwork. Can't have it. Not even that valuable.
I actually don't need to go trade for anything else. I just need the firmware for this engineer. Sweet. Yeah, man, I'll send you info as I find traders. We can build a database.
Might as well. Something anyway. As long as we have like them near the major, you know, engineers and by Shinrarta, that's pretty much good enough. Everyone's near one of those things.
We have to be in an anarchy system if we want to kill feds or anyone, though, right?
Well, now, I mean, it's definitely useful. I don't know how we're going to be even doing operations going forward. We're going to have to discuss it now.
Why? What, did something change?
Well, the crime and punishment system's all different now,
Left
so running with crimes off is going to be suicide.
Mode 4.
Could always go pirate. I haven't even been outside the bubble. Are there stations and stuff outside the bubble?
There's a few, but not many.
How big is the bubble?
I'd say it's about 400 light years across, 400 light years tall.
Around Sol, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Dude, 28 light years. Almost used up all the fuel in my vulture. No, not even. Yeah, about that far.
Touchdown on
What is the
Bangkok Mode 4.
1.82 per hour? Is that tons per hour?
Go coordinates are
We're talking about your fuel
17.74
usage?
degrees latitude.
Yes.
I think it's one of your
128.97
full
degrees
tanks.
longitude.
So, whatever that is for that
SW
shit.
launch.
Got it.
Like your fuel reservoir, that thing that drains. That is so sweet. I've been on all these planets before in the system, and I'm checking them out now after the patch, and they all look different.
That's cool, dude, because I was just driving around on a planet today thinking this would be a lot cooler if the planet looked like what a real planet would probably look like. Some variety. Instead of like dark orange here and kind of a lighter orange there.
Yeah, pretty much. Now they're all different colors.
So is there any benefit to like going to the mountainous areas and shit? I haven't done it enough to know. I
little
did find
bit.
some interesting stuff.
Traders
in,
and stuff usually have better drop rates. At least
Yeah,
for
I've been
the-
trying to-
the metal meteors, right?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Is I was just looking for the metallic meteorites in craters.
That is what you
Those-
want normally, yeah. So then I would go for the craters. Oh yeah, that's a lot of snow. We do not have that much.
Huh? Snow. Snow's in space.
It was snowing on the last planet I was on. You could see snowflakes and stuff when I stopped. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
This one's just green. I think it's radioactive or something. Are those natural formations?
Yeah, those are snow ghosts. Trees that get covered in frickin'
Oh, those are trees. Okay.
snow.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's try to figure out what's going on.
And if you look at the bottom of that, there's a tree well right there. Like at the bottom of that one thing. If you drive your snowmobile in there, it'll take you fucking hours to dig it out. That thing's about 10 feet deep.
Oh, jeez.
You're on skis or snowboard.
So you give them a wide berth and only drive where other people have already got tracks.
Well, I mean, if you get enough speed, you can kind of cut through them. But I mean, that's why nobody else has tried.
Don't ever do it on skis or snowboard. That'll kill you.
Yeah, that's right. You can see that pile of snow on that fucking shed there. It's got to be 7, 8 feet.
Fuck, I love snow.
I think now there's about 11 or 12 feet up there right now. A couple weeks ago.
God, we're having a shit winter here in Colorado too.
We've got about a foot of snow, and England is pretty much ground to a halt.
Oh, hello there from England.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Pinky.
You know, I spent 6 months in London. I
hey,
don't know if that counts as anything.
no.
I didn't think so.
You're now a lord of a small English province.
It counts as you getting wet for 6 months and making friends with some rats on the underground, probably.
Yeah, you rust over there.
You know, the underground wasn't too bad. I had my Oyster Pass and I used the shit out of it. Better than most of the public transit I used here in the States, to be honest with you. I did venture out to Zone 4, 5, and 6 quite a bit. At the time, I was very into keeping reef tanks. So I went to meet a whole bunch of biologists, marine biologists, and shit like that. And to do so, we went to their houses. They would not let me drive, though. I was very disappointed. Oh wow, this planet looks hella fucking better.
Yeah, they all do. I'm so impressed with that part of it. It's really good.
Holy shit. That looks more like what I would expect to see.
Oh, guys, I gotta hit the sack. I gotta get.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night, sir.
Good to meet you, Victor Mary.
When you wake up, check your email. They may have fixed your ship.
Yeah, they say 24 hours or whatever. It's not
Yeah.
10 million bucks. It's not a big fucking deal.
No,
But
no, but you get your
it's just
data and
annoying,
stuff.
right?
Did you discover any unique stuff? Like, that's the thing, right?
Well, I discovered that my fucking ship disappeared on me while I was parked on a planet.
It's definitely unique. Actually, it's not unique. That happened to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I had a ship get blown up while I was AFK on a planet. I wonder what happened there.
Might have been the same goddamn thing. I don't know.
Oh, I have. I came back to my ship and said, holy fuck, there's a lot of players here at Farseer.
Well, there was no players anywhere around me. I mean,
Yeah, Dab's Hope, Farseer, they're super packed today.
Yeah,
All
dude,
right,
they're... Night, man. Like, most of these pads are full of players right now. So is piracy like an option in this game?
Yeah, it exists, but it's not really very profitable, right?
It's kind of like Eve.
There is
You
a
can
new
pirate
piracy
in Eve.
mechanic that they just introduced. It might have some possible profitability, but I haven't really tried it. Like, you can
Well, we're
pirate
not-
mega ships now, so that might be something where you could actually make money. I don't know. Hopefully. But like pirating other players, like people combat log, and it's very difficult to do and then not profitable at all. So almost nobody does it.
I combat logged on somebody who kept ramming me while I was in a res site. But then I felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't understand why it's only 15 seconds. It should be more like 30 seconds to log out.
Well, there's combat logging, and then there's like task killing. People will just like kill the executable, and then you can tell the difference because the logging from the menu does a different thing than the task killing, and so in game you can recognize it.
No, I had plenty of time to log out while he shot me.
Yeah, I don't know if you read the 13th Legion rules, but obviously we don't allow that here.
Yeah, I read it, and I was in a pretty frustrated place that evening. Not making excuses, just saying. I was still learning, didn't have a whole lot of information, so I was trying to
when
figure
I was first
something
playing
out.
the game, I logged on an NPC. I was like, screw you.
I actually haven't logged on an NPC yet.
Hell, I log on them all the time because fuck, I'm like, you know, doing the in and out skimmer runs, and you can just log out to get in there faster. I'm not taking enough damage for them to kill me, but I need to log out so I can like respawn them. It's funny. That's the only time I would ever like sanction that. Broken mission
Oh yeah,
system.
no worries.
I've even reported a few on my videos. I think I have anyway. Just on the Reddit. There's like a subreddit where they report combat loggers.
Really? I wonder if I'm on there.
And Harry Potter apologized for his recently. It's interesting. He did a formal apology. Said it was all a joke and he didn't mean it seriously and he shouldn't have even done it as a joke. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's Harry Logger from now on.
Fuck, grid resistors, that's what I forgot to get. That's a manufactured thing though, right?
I think so. They're also like everywhere. You find them so often.
Excuse me.
These planets just feel enormous now too. The terrain is so much better.
Zoom tight. Yeah, so it's manufactured, so I need to find a system to manufacture.
Allergies.
Yeah, my freaking housemate fought a fucking cat.
Oh no, I'm sorry,
Right now,
that's terrible.
my cat. I already spoke to the landlord and they're like, yeah, he's already been given a notice to quit anyway.
I love these new resource limits. Now I feel like I could pick up everything.
Oh shit. Would the whole system have a trader? So I would have to check each station, or should every station have it? You know?
Not too sure, actually. Yeah, I've only seen it on the station like a couple times. Been to 3 or 4 now. I'm assuming it's just one station, but you can see it from the. Once you've been there, you can see it from the list.
Once you've been to the station, or once
Yeah.
you've been to the system?
I think the station. Yeah. I don't know
I'll
if
go
it's-
check the station.
Yeah, it's kind of all unknown territory today. We know very little
Gotcha.
about this patch, really.
Yeah, they definitely seem to give not a lot of info.
Well, they told us all the changes they were making, but then, you know, we didn't get to play around with any of this stuff in beta. Some of it we did, but
Oh.
not much.
What'd you guys do in beta?
Like, Jay did his whole ship engineering, but they didn't have the missions. They weren't finalized on, like, half of this stuff that's in here. Alright, nickel and sulfur. Now we're in business. I don't even like care what I pick up now. I just pick it all up. It's awesome. Although that's kind of Pancomo anyway. I just go to every planet, spend about 15 minutes driving around picking up everything, go to the next one. 'Cause every
I usually
element
spend
in
all
the
my
game-
time on one planet.
Well, see, every element in the game spawns in this system, so if you go to every planet, you can get everything.
What? That's cool. What system?
It's a Pancomo. That's where I am right now.
That's pretty cool.
Tim Balderas is better in my opinion, but everyone's got their favorites.
Also, Hankomo is 14 light years away from Dav's Hope, which drops all those other materials and is now an active crack train.
Dav's Hope is that fucking thing where you can go. I think I've seen a map for it somewhere.
Yeah, I posted the content in it today.
Hey OG, do you wanna know a secret?
Maybe.
I uninstalled Elite.
Yeah. That's okay. I have 2 copies installed to make up for it.
I'll download it again, but I had to put it on my hard drive because it was on my SSD.
I
And I ran
did
out
it
of
twice today. That's 20 gigs of downloads. Thankfully, Canada is making it the law that you get infinite bandwidth, so that's good. Like, no data caps.
Because you live in a reasonable country with reasonable leaders.
No, basically we're just watching everything the United States does, and then we do the opposite. It's going well.
Like I said, reasonable leaders.
I just can't believe it. Like, you know, usually we follow the U.S.'s lead, and then this time it's like, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that either. Definitely not doing that. It's like, oh, thank God. Really thought I'd be worried there for a second.
I've been following. Politics is kind of a hobby of mine. I've been following for a couple of years, man. Hey, I think this guy behind me might interdict me. Yeah, and let me tell you, the last 3 years, especially politics, have been fascinating.
I blame Romney.
I blame fucking. I don't know what I blame, but I tell you what. 2018 this year is going to be a fucking mess, and it's just a midterm.
Yeah, 2020 would be the real mess. I think there'll be, like, at least, if not impeachment, like attempts at impeachment, and then all kinds of craziness shenanigans immediately after.
If Democrats get enough control, then you will definitely see impeachment articles brought up for all kinds of fucking reasons.
But, I mean, they might get him on other things prior to that, so we'll see.
There's no collusion. None whatsoever.
Yeah, of course not.
I promise. And of course, you know, my promises are always the best promises. The very best promises are from me. So no
The
collusion.
best. Yeah, no collusion.
The best part about that is he actually will bring that up when nobody's even talking about it. He'll just be like in an interview and be like, oh, and by the way, about Russia, there was no collusion. And you're like, what? You have a guilty conscience or something, buddy? I don't know. We'll see. This whole investigation thing is getting really interesting.
I just feel like I'm going to be explaining this whole time period to children around a campfire in the nuclear holocaust that follows. It's like, why did this all happen? Well, you see, there was this man named Trump they elected.
Fuck yeah, it's gonna be Fallout for real.
Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah, I love Fallout 3, New Vegas. Fallout 4 is kind of disappointing. I probably will play Fallout 4 in VR though, just because it's in VR.
I want to try Elite in VR.
Yeah, me too. Well, I have tried it, but I want to actually play it in VR. I used like my cell phone to make a cheap little VR and then hooked it up to Elite. It sort of worked, not very well. But I got to like sit in my ship and experience that, so that's cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it. I need a computer that can handle some VR though.
I've got that. I just need to get the VR. I'm waiting for the Pimax 8K to come out so that I can acquire it.
What about the VR headsets makes them need such a powerful computer? I don't know anything about them.
Well, they're basically high-resolution screens that are tiny, and then you need 2 of them because it's in 3D.
Is it just the resolution?
Pretty much, yeah.
Got it. What res do they run at? I'm guessing they need to be very high res with a very low dot pitch since you're so close to
I
it.
think the well, the Pimax 4K is like literally a 4K screen, right? But it's a 4K.
Yeah, okay.
So it's 2K to each eye, basically. And then the 8K is supposed to be 4K to each eye.
Got it. That's fucking sweet.
That's the one I want.
I can, yeah.
And
I
it's
can,
widescreen.
Damn. How much is it?
They're just under 1,000, I think, US. So we'll see when they actually release. They'll probably be cheaper. That was like the Kickstarter. But Smoker Toker in our group, he has the Pimax 4K, and he uses that, and he plays Elite. He really likes it.
I can see it actually being really useful in Elite and PvP.
Well, I've got head tracking, so I'm basically like having the same experience just on a monitor.
That just turns the screen like if you look to the edge or something, right?
Yeah, well, I've got like a hat on, and then if I turn my head, the screen, like the head looks around, follows my head, so I can, like, you know, track a ship that flies past me and stuff. I can, and when you look at a ship out your window and then click your target, whatever I'm looking at button, it'll target that guy, so you can really easily target people in a PvP environment and stuff too. It actually has like valid gameplay usage.
I was debating whether to get one of those triple wide screens that wrap around kind of almost your entire peripheral vision, or
Yeah, that's
VR.
what I'm using. I should just take a picture and show you.
How does that work? Is that pretty good then? Because I was actually
Yeah,
thinking that
it's
might
okay.
be better than VR.
No, VR is way better. The triple screen's fun though, because you get a feeling of motion in driving and flight sim games, but it uses triple the resolution, which means triple the requirements. So
Yeah.
it is like VR basically, except VR is only double. I guess VR is kind of triple because of higher resolution. The problem with VR is 1080p is not good enough for it. It looks like garbage close up to your eyes.
That's kind of what I was figuring. I was thinking like 4K would probably be the minimum.
4K is probably good. 8K is going to be awesome, so that's what I want. But that's 4K per eye.
Right.
In a wide screen, not a square. It's a wide screen, so that's more like 1K in the current VR equivalent, like pixel per eye, basically.
Right.
But still, the 4K hardware requirement on your video card. So something to keep in mind. You're gonna want like a 1080 to run it, basically.
Yeah, I've got an older PC that I've put together over the years. It's decent, but I don't know.
That's
Depends
the
on how
thing,
much
though.
processing
I
power you
mean,
need.
the 4K would probably run on modern PCs just fine, and it seems to. So that might be an option as well if you want to just not have to upgrade your computer first.
Oh, it's not quite modern, sir.
And they're cheaper too. I looked at that. It's like 400 for the 4K. So I might just like get that instead. But I really want the wide, so I'm just gonna wait until it comes out and see how much it is.
That's what I would do.
Maybe wait a little
I'm gonna
longer
try
and
and
get one
build.
used.
I'm gonna try and build another PC this year. Just depends on how my wife's business goes. But if I can, yeah, that would be nice because I'm running on an original i5.
Yes, they're still good.
i750. Yeah, I actually looked at some benchmarks. Apparently, like even the Kaby Lake i5s are only like 30% faster. It's significant, but not so much for gaming. Which was very surprising, actually. That processor was what, 2010, 9, 10-year-old processor. They've only increased the speed on like 30-40%. But that doesn't take into account like bus speed increases and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've had a Corsair water cooling unit on it since day one, and it's been overclocked since day one. Like right up on the edge, like Prime 95 doesn't quite stay stable with it if you let it go for more than about 12 hours. But it runs really well, and I have a GTX 770 in it, so it plays Elite anyway.
Yeah. No problems there.
SRV docked.
Having a solid state's really helpful.
Yeah, I love having that. It's the best.
I need
Yeah,
a bigger
the
one,
first-
that's too small.
I know, right? They are so small. The first upgrade I did on this machine was in 2012, and I put a solid state and a 1 terabyte platter drive on it. And then that solid state died, so I just put a Samsung 850 in it. I really want Raid 0 solid state.
Lived off.
Alright, Dav's time.
I need to go do that. I need to move my shit out there. Someone said that unofficially our home is Foundry.
Is which, sorry?
Foundry?
Oh no, Founders World. Yeah. Shinrarta Desert. I park a lot of ships there. Are you elite in any of the 3 options?
No, I think I'm master in combat.
Yeah, you need to be elite to go there. It's like the headquarters of the Pilots Federation. You can buy every ship there with a 20% discount.
What? What? Oh my god, that doesn't really matter on shit like the Vulcan.
And modules, don't forget the modules.
Yeah, big difference when you're buying Anacondas and Cutters though.
Yeah. Like, even on an FTL, which is kind of my next target.
Destination confirmed.
Also, the cheaper your ship is, the cheaper your rebuy is, which makes a big difference.
Also why I'm going to stick
You
to
have
the
visited this system 26 times.
But yeah, everyone parks around there.
Hardy's sector DR-VC to
Kind of off your
23
ship,
is an
get rid of it.
independent
It's also very central.
cooperative home to well over 1,000 people. Sirius Incorporated is the
Then you
immediate
can't do the
power.
whole remote
There is a
entry.
lone planetary station in this system. Information: Hardy's sector DR-VC to -23 is in retreat. Comma 13th, gold number fully refueled. Comma 13th, gold number refueled.
Is especially on a high res screen, I imagine the less of because VR like Uncle Two Eyes.
Alright, heading into Dav's Hope. See if there's any players here.
Is VR bad for your eyes?
I mean, I don't think it's been out long enough to really be conclusive about that. It didn't seem to hurt mine when I was using it.
I was just curious.
I think if you use it for many hours, it gives you eye fatigue, but, you know, Smoker Toker, I think he did like a 9-hour stream with it on, and he said he felt tired, but he didn't say his eyes hurt or anything.
Yeah, I'd feel tired too. Especially streaming for 9 hours. God damn.
Yeah, in VR too. So he's got his VR stream that like window pops up inside his ship and stuff. It's pretty cool. I want to do that.
Damn, that would be cool.
That's the dream. And then one of those motion chairs so that it spins you around and you feel the G-forces when you boost and stuff.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, it's called the Yaw. Take a look at it. It's just like a little ball that you basically sit in and it moves you around. It's like, oh, I gotta have one of those.
Well, BDO's down for maintenance. What do I do with myself?
Really dangerous.
Probably get some sleep. I don't know if I'm gonna have work today though, because I can't drive to work in this snow. And I've been off now for 2 days, and it's just snowing worse and worse every day.
Jeez.
There's over a foot of snow, which in England is unheard of. It was actually -9 last
You know
night.
what's funny? I went to England once and there was like a foot of snow, but it was many years ago. I was only a little kid. Just a wee lad.
Yeah, that's probably the last time we had them.
That's what I'm saying. It was like decades ago.
We got cold last year, probably got to about -8, which is pretty cold for us. That was probably as cold as it got, and it wasn't the snow. was pretty dry. And this is just Siberian blizzards just coming in from nowhere.
Yeah, apparently that is what it is. It all blew off Siberia and basically hit us. You can see the radar. The North Pole got super hot and it pushed all the cold air south and it all went to everyone down here.
Oh, okay.
So we are actually getting like Arctic temperatures. It's crazy.
We've usually got the Gulf Stream protecting us from that kind of weather.
Yeah, and from the looks of things, it's about to swing back, but I mean, who knows now, right? Things may be permanently
Get it, dude, because I need to go to work. I need to earn some money.
I was gonna say, if you're snowed in until summer, that's gonna obviously make life unlivable in some countries.
I need to fucking move.
Yeah, the Panama sounds pretty nice right about now.
Except for the humidity.
Florida.
And you know, geckos living in your house to eat the poisonous spiders and snakes.
What? Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Who was it? I think Seb lives there. He was telling us all about it. I was like, okay, it's cool that you have geckos in your house. It's not cool the reason why you have geckos in your house.
Yeah. I would literally just be buying a gecko every day.
Well, no, like they breed and they run in and out of his house like from outside, right? So it's like they're not quite tame, but they're not quite pets either. Like they're kind
I'd
of.
literally be speaking gecko like, go get that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. They're friendly. So they know that humans don't hate them or anything.
What are we gonna do? We don't eat lizards.
But we could just violently kill them for no reason, but we don't. You know, like the lions and tigers and shit. He was saying the jungle is just super deadly. You just don't go in there. Snakes drop out of trees while you're walking down the street just because they hate you. But, you know, it's immune to the snow. They don't get seasons, they just get rainy and they get dry. That's it. It's tropical, right?
Hell yes. Give me all that tropical shit.
And I guarantee you that the Panama Canal, well, I can't actually guarantee you won't get nuked, but the US defends that thing like pretty much better than they defend anything else on the planet, so it's possibly the safest place to be.
Do you remember who used to own it?
Was it Britain?
Like most of the rest of the world.
I was gonna say, you guys had some islands down there, some sort of
Oh, we still have
dispute.
islands there, we can live that. It's like the one thing we seem to be holding on to, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's there, like, other than really, really, really bad weather.
Even Google's not sure who owns those islands anymore. Depends on which country you're asking from.
It's either England or Argentina, is it?
That's what I'm saying, but if you're in Argentina, it tells you Argentina. If you're asking from England, it tells you England.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. You should check.
Or like VPN from Argentina.
Yeah. Pretty funny. Like, Google does stuff like that because they don't want to offend anyone, right?
Ah, vanilla couple.
You go to like Russian Google and it says that Russia owns like the whole planet. And Mars.
It's like a
It is still owned by United States, but all rest is Russian. And they got their first with flag.
Isn't it just the Arctic that they're contesting?
Yeah, they put a flag on like the bottom of the seabed, so I guess Russia owns that.
They own the planet's core.
But then a fumarole like tipped it over, so I guess the Earth rejected that advance.
That's funny.
I mean, why would you plant a flag on the ocean bottom anyway? Who's gonna see it? Like, that makes no sense. I'm pretty sure that doesn't just like make all the top of the ocean surface all yours as well. That like block of water belongs to you. I mean, maybe. If you can defend it with ships, then I guess. Technically, Canada wants that part too. The US thinks they have a claim because Alaska or something touches it. It's just ridiculous. Greenland wants it. Like, Iceland wants it. I think Norway has claims on it. There's
I'm a
war
little
there.
worried about. I'm a little worried about potential war over the Arctic.
That actually could be a thing. Like that, it's like 10 countries all lay claim to that, and half of them have nukes. Yeah, it could be a problem. This North
They were
Korea thing
talking,
seems like more of an issue to me right now, though.
At the moment, definitely. I know our Air Force commander or whatever was talking about we need to get on with space superiority, because basically he was like, we need space marines and shit.
Yeah, it's time for space marines, definitely. Well, also, like, North Korea's probably never been more starved than it is right now. If you're ever going to attack, now would be the time. Because he's not going to get less nukes.
Oh shit.
But I mean, you know, really, Obama probably should have attacked.
Obama should have dealt with that. That
Yeah.
shouldn't even be in Trump's hands, to be honest with you.
Thanks.
Like, I am not a Trump supporter, don't misunderstand me, but not everything. He didn't, like, fucking ruin the world. It's kind of bad when he got it.
Well, so far. Just give him
So
another
far.
year.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't disagree. I mean, I don't agree with 99% of it, but yeah, you can't blame him for the current North Korea situation. How he reacts to it, we'll have to see. Not really impressed with his negotiating abilities so far. But
No, it's going to be a war. And then hopefully the generals just take over at that point, and that's fine. But I don't know.
44.79 degrees latitude, 31.39 degrees longitude. Buggy launched. Comet 13. Go.
There's players here at
Lifted
Dabs.
off.
Let's see who it is. That's not a player. Oh, this is the Commander Cloud Maxwell.
I'm shocked at the number of players I see in open play. I figured more people would just solo all day.
I mean, there's the Mobius private group where people go in there. There's now a role-playing private group. But yeah, I'm sure lots of people do solo. I friend everyone, so I can see like roughly how many people do.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, Lord. Cool. I'm wondering if I can ride to work in half of snow.
Data marker awarded Confederation for 8,866 credits.
Maybe I should get some nails, tack them into the tires.
Does that help you drive on snow or something?
Could do. I mean, you've seen the videos with the motocross bikes on the ice.
Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's, Sector DLR-VC to -23 at 5 in the Hardee's, Sector DLR-VC to -23 system. Data marker awarded from Alliance for 8,495 credits.
Guys, I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep. So, oh, talk to you later.
Welcome back, Commander.
Have a good one.
You are near Hardee's, Sector DLR-VC to -23 at 5 in the
That's all
Hardee's,
done.
Sector DLR-VC to -23 system. Data marker awarded from Alliance for 9,918 credits. Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's, Sector DLR-VC to -23 at 5 in the Hardee's, Sector DLR-VC to -23 system. Data marker awarded from Empire for 6,478 credits. Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's sector DLR-VC-23 at 5 in the Hardee's sector DLR-VC-23 system. Date of Archer awarded from Alliance for 9,962 credits.
Oh, those will do what?
Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's sector DLR-VC-23 at 5 in the Hardee's sector DLR-VC-23 system. Date of Archer awarded from Federation for 8,698 credits. Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's sector DLR-VC-23 at 5 in the Hardee's sector DLR-VC-23 system. Date of Archer awarded from Empire for 5,340 credits. Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's sector DLR-VC to -23 at 5 in the Hardee's sector DLR-VC to -23 system. Data voucher awarded from Federation for 8,156 credits. Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's sector DLR-VC to -23 at 5 in the Hardee's sector DLR-VC to -23 system. Data voucher awarded from Federation for 5,555 credits. Welcome back, Commander. You are near Hardee's sector DLR-VC to -23 at 5 in the Hardee's sector DLR-VC to -23 system. Data voucher awarded from Empire for 7,223 credits. 13th, gold member has touched down on Hardy's sector DR-VC to -2305. Buggy docked. Lift off.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Comet 13th, gold member has jumped to Super Cruise. Jumping progress. 13th. Gold member is heading to the Blingville system. You are leaving Federation space. This is your second visit to this system. Blingville is an independent democracy with a population of nearly 197,000 souls. Workers of Blingville labor is the immediate power. There are 2 orbital stations and a single planetary station in this system.
Fuel skipping complete.
Information. Blingville is in civil war. Caution is advised.
Frameshift drive charging.
Comma 13th. Gold member refueled. Comma 13th. Gold member fully refueled. Destination confirmed. 13th. Gold member is in transit to the Machilix system. This is your first visit to this system. Machilix is an independent anarchy supporting just over 3 million souls. Future of Machilix is the controlling faction. There are 2 orbital stations and 2 planetary stations in this system. Information. Machilix is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
Frameshift drive
Comma
charging.
13th. Gold member refuel. Comma 13th. Gold member refuel. Destination confirmed. 13th. Gold member is in transit to the Kul 285 Sector QU-CB14-5 system. This is your second visit to this system. Humans have yet to colonize this system.
Fuel skipping.
Comma 13th. Gold member refuel.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive
Comma
charging.
13th. Gold member refuel. Telemetry obtained. 13th. Gold member is heading to the HDS-1879 system. You are entering Alliance space. You have visited this system 4 times. HDS-1879 is an independent democracy of nearly 6.5 million people, controlled by Edmund Mount. Doris Vision Systems is the controlling faction. There are 2 orbital stations in this system. Comma 13th. Gold member refueled.
stop. Let me just stop the ship up here. Oh. Gotcha. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Hilarious.
Return to normal space in the vicinity of Shkop. We have been denied docking because we are too far from the station.
Access denied. Your ship is currently out of range.
Landing pattern is at 8 o'clock far, as you enter with the green lights on your right.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Heavy traffic reported in the area. Fly safe, Commander. meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
Docking complete.
Landing successful.
Market information update received. Reminder, You have a limpet controller but are not carrying any limpets. Comma 13th, gold member repaired. Comma 13th, gold member refuel. Comma 13th, gold member repaired. 19 limpets have been added to our cargo hold. Comma 13th, gold member repaired. Data vouchers for on the way to 28,500 credits redeemed by. You have just sold 1 ton of personal effects for 4,826 credits. You have just sold 3 tons of rare artwork at 1,921 credits per ton for a total of 5,763 credits. You have just sold 2 tons of trade data at 1,498 credits per ton for a total of 2,996 credits.
Frameshift charge detected.
Welcome back.
Materials almost full. You have only 759 slots left for your materials.
HDS 1879 system.
That's obviously broken. Just turn that off for now.
established.
Landing cutter retracted. Allow for oncoming traffic in the access corridor.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jump in progress. 13th. Gold member is en route to the G.